Hey there, Builder Blog. I just wanted to take a quick moment and say we have put a bunch of our broken parts up on eBay. In fact, this is the very last lot of broken parts from when we went down to film Battlebots Champions 2 and World Championship 7. And if Battlebots doesn't get renewed, this might be the last lot. So if you have any Battlebot friends who might want a fun Christmas present, we're sending these all out with stickers, poker chips, and they are autographed. Most of them by both teams. The tire is autographed by the Robot team from the Robot match, and this blade is autographed by Shreddit Bro and the Skorpios team. And yeah, please come bid. It helps us out. So this week, we actually talked to Trey Roski, the CEO and president of BattleBots, and he told us about the next hazard he's planning for the Battlebox. So let's cut over to that interview so you guys can find out what is coming soon. He said not next season, so this wouldn't be for season 8. It would potentially be for season 9. But enough waiting. Let's find out what the new hazard's going to be.
There is a new idea that I've been contemplating. I'm not sure we're going to do it yet, but the idea would be I'm going to allow each team to have an attachment. We can remove the hammerhead, the one in front of you, and remove the hammerhead, and you can have an attachment of any kind. We'll give you a weight parameter of some sort, but make sure we can lift it up. But you could attach something to there, and just for your fight, we'd remove it after your fight, and the next attachment would come on. So this would be a new engineering element where if you can drag somebody over there and you have this whatever type of attachment,
The drill to pierce the heavens.
it could be interesting and add a new element. So I've been contemplating how to do that, but I think that would add a big deal to it and won't cost me an arm and a leg to figure that out.
Awesome.
Pass that around on your thing
I
and see
will.
what people think about that idea. So I haven't told too many people, so I think it'd be interesting. You put on your chainsaw or you put on your drill or whatever.
God, I could see Doombo is just like multiple chainsaws attached to it.
Something, I think and it makes a good story.
Yeah.
And if you can get them over there, lure them over there, or somehow push them over there, or drag them over there, and take advantage of this new weapon that you got on for your 3 minutes, I think that would be really interesting.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Trey, thank you for taking the time to talk with me today.
You're welcome.
So Builder Blog, this is a really interesting concept, and I actually like this 100 times more than the shelf. So I'm going to ask you this question. If you could replace the pulverizer head with anything, what would you put on it? I'll go ahead and just leave that in the comment section below. But I really sat down and started thinking about this, because I was first like, hammer saw, or drill. And those were like my two, I'm going to call them obvious choices. But like, think about Ripperoni. If they wanted to stay on theme, maybe they do a giant pizza slicer, or maybe they do a giant paddle, like the big pizza flipper. They bring the robot in, or a pineapple. Or maybe Ripperoni's opponent would use a pineapple, because what's the fastest way to ruin pizza? Pineapple. That joke's mostly for Dan. I actually love ham and pineapple pizza, and the best one is at Skipolini's here in Pittsburgh. They dice up ham. It's amazing. Anywho, but like, what would free shipping do? I think free shipping would have like an Amazon box that shoots fire, and so now they're hitting people with a flaming Amazon box. I could just keep doing, like, I think Witch Doctor would have a giant skeleton head of some kind. Yeah, like, what? Oh, Ray Billings the tombstone. What if he just put a giant tombstone, literal cement tombstone on the end of the pulverizer? Oh, I could sit here and you could get pretty silly, because we don't know if the actual rules that apply to the robots would apply to these weapons. Because what if you did like a giant tennis racket that's essentially a net, or a huge slingshot with some kind of rubber band, or oh god, there's so many ideas here. There's so many ideas. What if it's just a long stick? Think about that. What if you have a treaded robot like Dragon King, and you just put the ridiculous longest stick you can on the pulverizer that just lays across the entire arena all the way to the shelf. And so now your opponent has to try to climb over this, but you might have some mobility system that allows you to get over it. My God. Oh, the coolest thing, like Zoids. What if it was like Zoids and you could go over there and swap out weapons? What if the pulverizer was like an armament zone, like Iron Man, where you come over and it just... That would be cool. I feel like they'd have to start limiting that stuff because at that point it's like a multi-bot. And what if it was a multi-bot where the pulverizer just chucks a 100-pound mini-bot into the fight? Oh. But I want to hear your ideas. I just rattled off so many. What would you add to the pulverizers, Builder Blog? I gotta know. And a super big thank you to Dale, who took so much time to create all these wonderful graphics of the pulverizer replaced by every hilarious thing Diane and I could think of. This really helped make this episode to have these visual aids. So thank you, Dale. So we actually used AI to help generate the image this week for the thumbnail, because we're like, what's the future of the pulverizer look like? And we kept asking the computer to hilarious results sometimes that didn't always work. But, it was fun toying with the software. But yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed this week's episode. Next week, tomorrow is the finale of BattleBots Champions 2, the Golden Bolt. We are cheering Gary Jin on very hard here as another local Bay Area team. So go cheer on your favorite team. And we are going to finish. You've been seeing snippets of a 45-minute interview we had with Trey Roski, the president of BattleBots. And I haven't used any of the stuff about the future of BattleBots yet. He answered all of our most pressing questions, like how's the Destructathon going to change the show? How many rookies are they letting in next season? Right down to when they plan to film the next season. It's still up in the air. But come back next week. We ask all the pressing questions to the owner and CEO of BattleBots, and he gave us very honest answers. So you don't want to miss it. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this week's video, and I'll catch you next time. Hey, AI software. If Duck was going to replace the Hammerhead, what would it be? Dud, dud, dud. May I please introduce the Quack-O-Matic 3000. Dun, dun, dun.